What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. So today we're going to be jumping back into the little build series we got going on with our Bronco Wildtrak here. Done quite a few mods in the past few videos for this thing, so let's continue on with the trend. So a few weeks ago I had installed this SVC Offroad pre-runner style bumper, and I opted for the light bar mount up here. So you can see right up here, got a bunch of different basically configurations where you could go ahead and mount different types of lighting, like light bars, cubes, anything you want to do. But for me, what I'm going to be installing are the same lights that I have installed on my TRX back there, the ones that I went ahead and custom mounted them behind the grill. So they're a Baja design knockoff light. They're a 5-inch round LED light that looks like the LP9. Very inexpensive. I'll go ahead and I'll throw the product links down below. They do have them in a 7-inch light as well, so that's more true to the size of an LP9, whereas a 5-inch is going to be a little bit more of like an LP4 size light. But they're very inexpensive. They get the job done. They have a cool amber backlighting as well, just like the regular Baja designs. They're just legitimately like 1/10 the price. So yep, we're going to be using those. So yeah, should be a pretty fun video. So let's go ahead, get the box open, and I'll show you exactly what we're going to be installing. Over here, if you didn't watch my previous TRX video on these lights, these are the lights right here. So as you can see, like on the box, they do look like a Baja Designs light, but they just come in here. They're very inexpensive. I think they're like 50 bucks a light, I want to say, and like 70 bucks a light for the larger ones. But as you can see, really nice looking, inexpensive light. It comes with like all the hardware there and a little mounting bracket. And then over here for the wiring, obviously you got your power, red, ground, black, and then this yellow one is for the amber backlights, because they do light up. Let me see if there's a picture on here or not. No, there's not, but you'll see it in the video. If not, go watch my TRX video. You can see them there. But that's what we got in that box over there. We're going to be going with 4 of them. And then over here, we have a cheap wiring harness. I'll throw a link down in the description for this as well. I think this was like 15 bucks. You could obviously make your own wiring harness. You just got to get like 3 cables and then daisy chain them all together. But sometimes it's just easier picking up one of these and saving the time. And it does also come in like a nice protective sheathing. It comes with all the connectors. It comes with a nice toggle switch in there. I'm going to be wiring these up to the aux switches, but you know, if not, you get a nice little toggle switch. Also comes with a relay and everything, some heat shrink. So for 15 bucks, these are well worth it. So I'm going to go ahead, open these up, and kind of show you what they look like on the bumper, and then we can start installing them. I think the best thing for me is to just go ahead and disconnect this bar from the bumper, and then I could go ahead and install this on the workbench, and then we can go ahead and start doing some rough wiring. So here's just a rough idea of how they're gonna look on there. And again, once again, I'm very sorry if the lighting is a little bad in here. I'm in the garage, obviously, because outside is 98 degrees today, so I'd rather be in the shade. But with the 5-inch lights, you could definitely fit 4 of them up here, and they're spaced all evenly apart. If you were to go with the 7-inch, I'm not 100% sure if 4 would fit up there, but you would definitely be able to fit 3. And in that configuration, I would probably do 1 in the center and then offset the 2 other ones. So, you know, it's a little bit kind of like that, kind of like how the bomber style bumpers from ADD fit like theirs. There's 3 up in the front. So yeah, let's go ahead. I'm gonna get this bar off. We can get them mounted, and then we can start running some wires. All right, so we got the light bar pulled off of the bumper, and we have all the lights mounted onto there now. It's cool because these come with the bracket, and then they come with all the hardware as well. So it's just a bolt, washer, lock washer, and the nut. You can go ahead and get them all on there. You don't want to tighten them down just yet. Leave them a little bit loose. That way you could go ahead and you can position them exactly how you want. I have them positioned as far back as possible, and then they're all going to be pointed forward. You could also kind of angle the outside ones out a little bit more if you wanted to run like a yellow or an amber one on the outside and then 2 white ones on the inside. That way, you know, they're facing different directions, like floods versus spot. But these are all going to be the same, and I just want them all facing forward. So there you go. Now what I'm going to do is start just doing a little bit of the rough wiring back here, since it'll be easier to just more or less daisy chain all of these together while it's off the bumper. And then we can go ahead, throw it on there. And like I had mentioned before, we are going to be running this to the aux switches that the Wildtrak comes with standard. So I need to figure out how that goes, but let's go ahead and get it done. So for this wiring harness, sorry that you're on the floor here and it's black and white, it might be hard to see, but we're only going to be using bits and pieces of it. You know, we're not going to need the switch, not going to need a relay, any of that. So I'll probably trim it right here and then just use this wiring. So this was made for just a 2 light, but what you could do is these come with it as well. So you can split off the connector and make it 4. I have it here. Just connect, you know, the reds to reds, the negatives to negatives, and then, you know, you got 2 more connections off of going on one. So we just need to install that one there as well. And then I'm gonna double check just to make sure that I don't need a relay with the aux switches. I do believe they have a built-in relay into the actual switch panel. I know that's how it is on the TRX. I'm just gonna have to double check on the Bronco. But yeah, all of this other stuff, I'll just, you know, hold on to it just in case I need it for anything else, because, you know, this toggle switch is actually nice, and it's always good to have a, you know, add a fuse and a relay and all that. But I should be able to just trim it from here and then just run this extra cable. And then I'm gonna need to go ahead and daisy chain another power wire to the backlights. So I'll be soldering that up together, but I will give you a whole you know, play-by-play and show you exactly what I do for many of you guys out there that aren't too comfortable with wiring. Neither am I, but if I can do it, you guys can definitely do it as well. All right, so we got everything wired up here. I'm going to do my best to show you exactly how I did it. So like I was showing you before with those basically like a Y split, we got them all connected here, and then this cable or wiring right here, like the red wiring, that's where I've gone ahead and used that as the power source for the amber backlighting. So connected it there and then ran it across over here, used another split connection here, both yellows from these 2 lights right here going to there, running over here, daisy chained into another connector, and then the main wiring as well coming out of there that is going to run up eventually and connect it to a separate aux switch. So I'm going to wire it in a way that one of the auxiliary switches will turn on the backlights, and then another auxiliary switch is going to turn on the LEDs. So I do know that there are like pre-wired sections like in this like wiring loom up here that's, you know, pre-wired for the bumper and all that. I think that's like a little, you know, truthfully I don't really quite understand it. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to run the wiring myself and then run them directly up here to the switches that, you know, coincide with the wiring that I want to use. I'm probably going to use auxiliary switch 6 and 5 because I do believe those are 5 amp switches with the smallest gauge wiring. So I just need to basically go ahead, figure out which ones those are, and then I'll wire the auxiliary power to one, or yeah, the backlight power, the red to one, and then the actual LED to the other one. And then I'll go ahead and I'll ground them to earth, probably like up here to the frame, something like that. And then that should more or less do it. So what I need to do now is go ahead, reinstall the actual light bar that went there, then kind of fish the wires, make it look as clean as possible, and then just wire it up to the aux switches, and then that should do it. All right, so we got everything roughly wired up here. I don't have it connected to the auxiliary switches yet on the Bronco, which you can see down here. Just have it connected to the battery and then using the toggle switch that comes with it. It's a good way of testing all of your connections before you go ahead and hardwire it into the Bronco. But as you can see, everything all wired up very nicely. Pretty simple to do. Just crimp those connections, and as you can see, we got power. So I also haven't tested the actual backlighting yet. That is the only way I'm going to be able to test that is really is if I make a little connection on this and hook it up to the battery, where just be easier. I'm just going to strip this, connect it to the aux switch, and then give that a test as well. So now basically I'm going to start disconnecting this switch, the relay and all that, and then get it hardwired into the auxiliary switches. It started raining on me, but we did get all the wiring done. So everything's done here. I just need to go ahead and actually tuck some of the wires and make it a little bit neater. As you can see, like all of this down here looks like spaghetti. I'm gonna go ahead and like zip tie this all together and then zip tie it behind the grill on like, there's like a little lip right here where there is a wiring harness that's running along here. So I'm gonna just kind of tape it all together and then zip tie it up underneath there, so that'll be all nice and managed. I did go ahead and route it up through here. Then underneath here, you can see like those wires that feed up right there, kicks up right over here, fed it right back up, ran it behind over here. And then my two connections are right here in the wiring. I went with auxiliary 5 and 6. So that is the yellow and orange cable right here for 6. And then right here, blue and orange is for 5. So number 5 is going to be the amber backlighting. And then number 6 is going to be for the LEDs on there. And what I went ahead and used were just the two like crimps on each side. No need to solder it or anything. You could if you wanted to go ahead. I actually taped it up here because it did start to rain. But just like you see like these little crimp tools right here, I grounded it right here so you can see them there. But yeah, super simple to do. It's the same kind of connections that are on the actual LEDs themselves. So if you go ahead and pick up one of these basic wiring kits right here, like it has all the connections in here with the crimping tool and everything. I got this from Harbor Freight. I think it was like 20 bucks, and it comes with more than enough connections. So I've used that on quite a few projects now. But yeah, everything's all wired up, and I'll go ahead and I'll show you. So as you can see here, they're off. We'll jump up inside. I do believe the power needs to be on with the ignition. So we'll jump up here, auxiliary 5, just flip it forward. So as you can see right there, that's the amber backlighting. So the actual LEDs on the inside aren't on, it's just the ambers around it and then the little logo down there. So that looks really cool. I'll get it running later so you can see it with the actual Raptor style lights on there as well. Now we'll go ahead and turn on, we'll turn this off, and we'll turn the LED lights on. And we got all 4 of them right there. So super simple to do really when it comes to wiring with those aux switches. No need to run like a fuse or relay or anything. As you can see, I cut apart the wiring harness that I had here. So here's the switch, here's the fuse, the positive and negative, the relay that was over here. Whoa! Crazy lightning storm going on right now. Welcome to Florida. So yeah, I cut all that apart, and you could just use bits and pieces of the wiring harness. It makes it super simple to run everything, and it's nice and protected inside of the sheathing. For 15 bucks, I would definitely say just buy a wiring harness and cut it up. So let me go ahead and turn this on as well. Then you can see what it looks like with the backlighting and the LED lights on there. Kind of hard to tell, but let me go ahead and see. I don't know if you can see it or not, but pretty cool, right? So yep, that's the install, guys. It's pretty simple. Take a few hours, take your time with it. I'm not an expert in anything wiring. I absolutely hate wiring anything, so if I can do it, you can definitely do it. Yeah, save yourself some money, try and do it. But if you don't feel comfortable, I don't want to be liable for anyone, you know, blowing anything in your car. Take it to, you know, an experienced shop and they can get this wired up for you. But in my opinion, it's not really that hard. So yeah, guys, I think that's gonna do it for this one. If you do want to see what these lights look like in like a demonstration, I'll go ahead and I'll throw my other video up here, and that's the Rebel. So you can check that, or not the Rebel, the TRX has the same lights on it, so you can see what they look like at night. If I get some random footages before I post this video, I'll throw them in at the end so you can see what they look like at night as well. But that's gonna do it, guys. Like, subscribe, comment down below, let me know what you think, and stay tuned for some more videos coming. I got some more that I need to post pretty soon. So yeah, guys, I'll see you in the next one. Later.